Do you like a challenge? Click on the challenge button and subscribe to my free 30-day real estate investing video challenge. Every day I'll get you a new video, how I built my business doing 8 to 10 deals per week. It's 2.5 hours of hardcore training. Hey there, this is Peter Vekselman. So today I want to talk to you about a situation that no matter what part of this business you're in, whether you're just getting started, whether you're a more advanced investor, I know you've confronted these types of individuals. And those are the type of individuals, some of them could really help you a lot, and some of them can't quite help you a lot. They all want to help you, but there's just different degrees to which everyone could help you. And so what I want to talk to you about is how do you treat these individuals? So let me give you an example of something that happened to me many years ago now, that to this day I remember. And that was this. This is years and years back. I went to some seminar that I got invited to, and I was just one of the many people, maybe probably a couple hundred people that was there. And part of this seminar, the guy that was putting the seminar, he was actually pitching a higher end mastermind program, a couple levels. I think one was like $15,000 mastermind program. One was kind of a lower end $5,000 mastermind program. So the guy went through his whole seminar, we probably learned some things, and then he went into his pitch mode of this mastermind, where a group of people get together over, I think back then it was a couple year period, maybe a year period, every once in a while, maybe 3, 4, 5 times a year, and you just kind of talk about your business and things like that. I remember he got done with his pitch, and he said, okay, so for those of you that want to sign up for these higher end mastermind programs, stay afterwards, I'll be available, or I'll have someone here available, and we'll get you signed up. And see, back then I was I was brand new in the business, and I wasn't really sure about a lot of things. I mean, I felt pretty good that I wanted to be in one of these masterminds, but I wanted to talk to him ahead of time. And at that point, the position I was in, I wasn't going to sign up for the higher end mastermind. I was going to sign up for the lower end mastermind. And I remember coming up to this guy and I said, listen, sounds pretty good to me. Do you mind if I talk to you for a couple minutes? And he looked at me and he said, sure, let me finish talking to everyone else here. And if you hang out here for a little bit, I'll talk to you. And so what became very apparent to me is he was there and I was in a different part of the room. Pretty much the people that he was focusing on, or the people he was talking to at that point, were people that are signing up for his higher end mastermind program. And I think it was like 3, 4 times more expensive than the lower end. And when he and I talked briefly, I think he got the idea that I'm probably going to be a lower end mastermind person. And I remember standing there and watching him talk to these individuals, one by one by one by one. And what started initially as a 2-minute, or just wait here for a couple minutes, Pete, turned into almost like a 30, 40-minute wait for me, which at that point I could care less. I was kind of watching him, doing some things. And then it came a point where he was talking to the very last person. And I remember I was still across the room. He was very aware I was there, because in the midst of this, every once in a while, our kind of our paths or glazes would, we'd look at each other for a second or something like that. And I remember he got done talking to this last individual, and the individual walked out the door, and this guy looked at me square in the eye. He turned around and he left. And here I was 30, 40 minutes down the road. I was potentially looking to pay him some money. Not the kind of money those guys were paying him, but I was potentially looking to spend some money with him. And he made a judgment call at that point that whatever money I was going to spend with him was not worth his time at that point in time. The idiot turned around, walked out the door, and that was like the last time I think he and I ever saw each other. Well, I know it was the last time we saw each other. So here's my point. Now, this guy is in the business of putting on seminars and putting masterminds. In that business, one of the critical things you live with are testimonials from your past clients. Now, did he know back then that I would become as big as I've become in this industry, as known as I've become, as somewhat influential as I've become? He had no idea. But he made a decision at that point, and a decision that literally, no question in my mind, probably cost him an inordinate amount of money. Because I'm one of those guys that if I would have gone through his mastermind, and I would have gotten anything out of it, there's no question I would have been singing his praises. He could have me right on the front page of his website. I'd give him video testimonials, whatever it is, and all that. I think you get the point. He made a very drastic decision, very drastic well, it was a big decision. You know, he didn't realize it was then, but it's a decision that has drastically affected his income based upon I wasn't as big back then as the other people he was talking to. So here's how this relates to what I want to share with you today. Every one of you is coming across those individuals. Some could be more influential, more helpful, some could be less. For instance, you may have a couple agents working for you. One agent is out there providing you 80, 90, 95% of all your deals. But you got these other couple agents that are doing whatever they're have to do to try to get you maybe one deal here, one deal there. My suggestion is you make sure you treat these ones and twosies just as well. You may have a couple contractors out there, and you got your main contractor that's doing 90% of your work, but you got a couple of other ones, maybe just one other one that's living and breathing this business, that's staying up late at night to make sure how to cut his costs, that's doing whatever they got to do to earn your business. And when they do get your business, they do a very, very good job. My suggestion is you stay very, very focused on the stuff, on this individual. So my point is this, we all have people like that. Some have a bigger impact, financial impact in our lives. Some have a smaller impact on our lives. I will tell you this because of what I saw there happen to me and many other circumstances that I could give you examples of. Don't ever, ever, ever cut your bridges with these people. Don't ever, ever, ever treat these people from a lower standpoint, less important standpoint. See, personally, I'm just as excited if one realtor brings me one deal every once in a while as opposed to one realtor bringing me a ton of deals almost all the time. Now, of course, they're going to have a bigger financial impact, but I promise you, this realtor that's giving me one deal every once in a while, just here and there, they feel just as good about my relationship with them as this one that's giving me maybe 30, 40 deals. So be very, very cautious of how you treat people. Treat them the same way because you never know how the little guy can one day become the big guy. I hope that helps. Hey, you guys know what we do here. We do a ton of deals, and I have a one-on-one coaching program where I coach people just like you to help become very, very successful real estate investors. So if you're a buyer or you know other buyers literally all over the world that are looking for deals in a Georgia market, specifically concentrated towards Atlanta, you need to be on our buyers list. By now, you'll see my email scrolling across the screen. Send me an email. Just say, add me to the buyers list. And on a daily basis, you're going to get some terrific, both ROI and equity-driven deals emailed right directly to you through email. The other thing, if you're looking to become a successful investor, whether you're brand new, just getting started, or whether you're doing it already and you're looking to be a bigger, more sophisticated, more savvy investor, I know I could help you do that. Send me an email to learn more about my one-on-one coaching program, or better yet, right below this video, there's a link right directly to coachingbypeter.com. You can go straight there and learn more about how I could help you become very successful in this industry.